Hello everybody, I'm Jireh. I'm going to read a nice storybook for Swimming with Dolphins. Meet the characters. Hello, my name is Rosie. This is my brother. Hi, I'm Ben. This is Grandpa. And here's Grandpa's fantastic van. It can go anywhere. Grandpa, Ben and Rosie's grandfather. Clunk, Grandpa's robot. Alice, Rosie's friend. Grandpa's Dan Miller, Grandpa's friend, a scientist. Imagine. Now let's read the story, Swimming with Dolphins. Chapter 1. The dolphin jumped high out of the water. Wow, said Rosie. Can we swim with it? No, I'm sorry, said Dan Miller, a scientist who worked with the dolphins. Grandpa, Ben, Rosie, and Alice were visiting Dan. Years ago, he was one of Grandpa's students. All our dolphins have had injuries, Dan explained. We'll help them to go out to the sea again when they're ready. Before we send the dolphin out to sea, we put a small radio on his fin, explained Dan. Then we can follow it on the computer. Come and see. Grandpa and the children went with Dan into an office. In the office, a scientist was sitting in front of a computer. She turned in her chair and said, Dan, come and look at this. There's a problem with Ludo. Who's Ludo? Asked Alice. Ludo is a young dolphin that we looked after for a long time, said Dan. We sent him back to the sea a few days ago. He looked at the computer unhappily. What's the problem? Asked Grandpa. Ludo has been under the water for 20 minutes, said Dan. He isn't moving. Can dolphins stay under the water for a long time? Asked Dan. Yes, but dolphins are fish. They breathe air, so they have to come up to breathe after 30 or 40 minutes, said Dan. Ludo needs help. There isn't enough time to leach him in the boat, said the scientist at the computer. That's okay, said Grandpa. My van is outside. It's much faster than any boat. Come on. They all went quickly to the door. Chapter 2. While Clunk drove, Dan got his diving equipment ready. Ludo was a little afraid, so he stayed close to shore. Dan explained, perhaps he can't move because of a fishing line. He'll look at his watch. When we arrive there? We're there now, said Clunk. The children looked out the window at the blue sky all around them. Please stand in the water, Grandpa told the robot. But there was a problem. The sea here wasn't very deep, and Clunk didn't see the rocks under the water. Crash! There was a terrible sound as the van hit one of the rocks. Water is coming into the van, shouted Ben. Grandpa jumped up. Clunk, get the tools, please, he said. We have to fix this quickly. While Grandpa tried to fix the van, Clunk used the bucket to throw out the water. While we're doing this, you can dive into the water and help the dolphin, Dan, said Grandpa. But Dan didn't answer. He hit his head when the van hit the rocks, said Ben. Rosie jumped up. What are you doing? Ben asked. Her little sister was putting on some diving equipment. I'm the best swimmer and I know how to dive, Rosie said quickly. Rosie, wait, began Alice. Ludo needs our help now, said Rosie. Ben, can you look after Dan? I'm going to help Ludo. She put the diving mask over her face and jumped into the water. Ben was sitting with Dan. The scientist opened his eyes and put one hand to his head. What happened? He asked. Then he looked around. Why is there water inside the van? And where's Rosie? Chapter 3. Ben tried to explain. Rosie dived into the water to help Ludo, he said. He kneels up quickly. Dan looked very afraid. I've dived here often, he said. It can be very dangerous. Why? Asked Alice. There are sharks here, said Dan. For the first time, Grandpa looked up from his work. In the water, Rosie was swimming down. She was a strong swimmer and she loved being in the sea. But this time she did not stop to look at any of the fish as they swam past her. She saw a large shape close to the seafloor. It was little. The dolphin was moving his tail up and down, but he could not swim away. When she was close enough, Rosie saw the problem. There was an old fishing line around Ludo's body. One end of the line was around a rock on the seafloor. Rosie tried to break the fishing line, but it was too strong. Carefully, she started to take the fishing line off the dolphin. Ludo stopped kicking his tail. He understands, thought Rosie. He's trying to help me. At last, Rosie pulled away the fishing line. Ludo could swim again. Rosie watched happily as the dolphin kicked his tail and swam up to get some air. Rosie began to swim up too. Then she saw a large shape in the water. What's Ludo doing now? She thought. But the shape wasn't Ludo. It wasn't a dolphin. It was a shark. Chapter 4. On the van, Dan was looking for more diving equipment. Can we take the van under the water? Asked Alice. Not until I fix it, said Grandpa. Ben was watching the water nervously. Suddenly, a head came out of the water. There's Rosie! Ben shouted. Rosie started to swim to the van. What's that in the water behind her? Asked Alice. Is it Ludo? Asked Ben. No, said Dan. That's a shark's fin! A big one! Rosie! Shouted Ben. Swim faster! Rosie swam as fast as she could, but she couldn't swim faster than a shark, and she knew it. The shark was coming closer and closer. Dan got ready to jump in. He had to help Rosie, but how? He didn't know, but he had to try. Before Dan dived in, a great head came out of the water next to Rosie. It was Little. The dolphin was here to help her. Rosie put both of her hands around the dolphin's fin. Go! She shouted. Little kicked his tail and started swimming to the van. It wasn't easy, but Rosie held on to the fin. Swim, Little! Shouted Dan. You can do it! Ben turned and said, Grandpa, can we move the van closer? Is it ready yet? Grandpa was too busy to look up. In 1 minute, he answered. But did Rosie have 1 minute? The shark could swim faster than Little. It was behind Rosie and the dolphin, and it was coming closer and closer. Chapter 5. Suddenly, Little dived under the water. Rosie tried to hold on to his fin, but she couldn't. She saw another gray shape in the water. Was it the shark? More gray shapes swam past her. What was happening? 4 or 5 new dolphins were here. One swam and hit the shark with its nose. Then another dolphin did the same thing. In the van, Dan was watching it all. The shark is swimming away, he said. Clunk helped Rosie to get off the water. Rosie, we're very frightened, said Alice. I was frightened too, said Rosie. But Little and the other dolphins were fantastic. What's that in your hand, Rosie? Asked Alice. Rosie looked down. It's the radio that was on Ludo's fin, she said. She turned to Dan. I'm sorry I broke when Ludo was pulling me in the water. That's okay, said Dan. He pointed to Ludo, who was swimming close to the van. He's smiling, said Ben. The children could see the other dolphins in the water too. I was following Ludo with the radio because he wasn't living at sea for a long time, said Dan. He didn't have any friends, Dan smiled, but he has friends now. Ludo came up high out of the water. He's saying goodbye, said Alice. Goodbye, Ludo, said Dan. They watched as Ludo and his new dolphin friends turned and swam out together to deeper water. Thank you for watching to Swimming with Dolphins. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the thumbs up to like this video. Bye bye!